Hey, 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 hey. What is going on? What is going on? Black back. And if you're not, you're whack. No, I'm not trying to rhyme because I can't rap. That shit rhyme though. But anyway, what is going on? This is the No I Don't Know TV series. Shout out to Nuke. Man, what is going on? Corbett Plantation is a motherfucker. I know that. And if you don't know, now you know. Looking ass. Hey. Let me turn this clown ass shit down. Man, what is going on? Man, but anyway. Man. I thought I'd hit y'all up real quick. I know I tried to do it last night, but I was working on some shit. But anyway, man. I know all y'all. I hope you listen to this when you're at the Corbett Plantation and make you think. Because I know I'll be thinking when I'm at that motherfucker. I'll be thinking about what the fuck am I going to do so I ain't got to be here the next 50 years. You like, nah, that's an understatement. No, nigga, if you don't have a motherfucking government job, you're working till you're damn near 70. So it don't matter if you start when you're 16, motherfuckers be bragging. I've been working since I was 17, 16. I feel you. But you still got to work till you're 70, nigga. So it don't matter who you are. Unless you work a government job where they give you PERS. When you get those PERS, you can do your 20 and you're done. You get your little benefits and your retirement, and that's it. You know, so, I don't like to really focus too much attention on the Corbett Plantation. God damn, but I just know if you have the Corbett Plantation, hey man, much power and respect to you because I know how that shit go. But like I said, this is the No I Don't Know TV series. Been sucker free and clown free since 2003. But I would say that I haven't been awake. I wasn't awakened until about 2014. That's when I was like really awakened. Like, damn, man, shit ain't the way it's supposed to be. But anyway, I'm about to get into this shit, man. Rules and regulations of racism. I should have put look at my clown ass. Let's put the rules and regulations of racism. And the reason why I named it that, I was thinking about that because I was like, man, it's so much shit that's going on. And here's the thing that I feel like they doing. Now it's let's just flood everybody with hella information, then you can't even cipher through it. Because I was looking on my phone. When I opened up my phone, the first thing I went to was this. On my phone, it had this thing, like I told you about those two white professors that was cooking up meth at their college. Instead of them cooking up some education, they cooking up meth. And probably giving it to the other students like, hey man, sell this. I know that's what they fucking doing. On some motherfucking Tariq from Power type shit. How you had the goddamn teacher selling the drugs from him and shit. But anyway, I open up my phone, I get right to this. Retired Las Vegas Metro Police officer charged with soliciting a child for prostitution. Kirk Reed Hooten, 51 years old, Caucasian, was booked November 21st in the Clark County Detention Center for trying to take some pussy from a child prostitute. Now, here's the thing that trips me out the most. Why is it that when it comes to the Caucasians, I had to search it because look, let me tell you, you go on Fox 5 News, they got this, you gotta search it. It ain't one of their top stories. Let it have been a melanated police officer. Man, they had this nigga from Clark County School District police officer. He was just stealing computers. They plastered his face and name. They just kept putting him on the news over and over again. And all this nigga was doing stealing computers. But we have somebody that's supposed to be protecting and serving. And this nigga, he's protecting and serving that damn pussy. That's what he's trying to protect and serve. He trying to serve that pussy with some dick. And got busted. And his wife works in the internet child crime division of Metro. But this is the shit that we not looking at. See, because we too busy fight for our rights and trying to looking at the shit that need to be focused on. That's what I'm saying. There's rules and regulations to it. See, the dominant society, no, well, we'll put it out there, but it's up to them if they really go research it. But we too busy worried about Kanye West talking shit about his wife because she on the internet. He don't like the way she nigga, you know that this bitch pussy is out in the streets. You know what the fuck is going on. Don't try to get God in your life. He's a baby. He's what they call a baby saint. You get God in your life, now you want to start condemning everybody around you. Okay, then why don't you give back all that money that y'all have accumulated together? And go why don't you do the divorce and leave on our own? Just leave and do your own shit. But here's what happens. We don't understand the rules and regulations to this game. Just like Van Lathan from TMZ. He gets fired for allegedly putting his hands on somebody with it. But hey, here's the thing that you need to know, Van Lathan. You are not them. The rules and regulations are real. The same rules that you, look, those rules that apply to them don't apply to you. There's different rules and regulations for different people, different strokes for different folks. When you are melanated or black, let's just say black. We know it means slave on the books. Fuck all the technicalities. When you are black in the system of white supremacy and racism, those rules are different for you. Translation, you're a nigger. So, sorry nigger, that's just the way it goes. Know the law. Get a lawyer. Or get a, sue. That's just the way it goes. And we need to stop treating it like it's different. Like it's not the way it goes, or it's somehow different for you. And, you know, we've got Obama, so things are just totally different now. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's a false narrative that they put out. Barack Obama ain't do or say shit for no niggas. Melanated people, period. He gives a fuck about, he got 2 fucks to give, and that's Sasha and Malia, his daughters. He don't give a fuck about nothing else or nobody else. That's why you don't never see him. You can find Waldo before you find his black ass. It's a fact. While we sit up here fighting, see what his lawyers is gonna cook up. Just like there was another Metro police officer that was skewing the rules for this white dude that was, he got money and influence and was driving crazy, driving 100 miles an hour and crashed and killed damn near everybody in the goddamn Range Rover he was driving. And he was drunk like a motherfucker, and that was his first time, and the Metro police officers was kind of trying to skew it for him too. This is what happens when you, especially when you white and got status. It's just different it's different for them than it is for you. Don't think you're them. I don't care how hard you work and smile and buck your eyes and man and all this other shit. It doesn't matter. Whether you a female or a male, you can mammy, you can be a mammy, you can be a sambo or coon. They're not gonna respect you unless you know what your purpose is and what you're supposed to be doing. That's why everybody thinks that, oh, the rules are the same and the rules that apply to them apply to us too. No, that's not true. That's definitely not true. But here's the thing. We think it's true because of the illusion of inclusion. That's why you got all this bullshit going on. They keep, if you notice, they just keep talking about Giuliani and Donald Trump and Joe Biden and all. This is what they keep pushing in front of you. But they've yet to talk about how you can't use Roundup because it's giving niggas cancer, which it did give a nigga cancer, and he damn near in his deathbed. They only want to give him $200 million. They should have gave him $2 billion. So his his kids can be taken care of because of what they did. And the same products that are in Roundup is in oatmeal and in Nature Valley's granola bars. This is shit that we eat. I don't know what to eat. Shit, hell, you eat one thing, and don't drink a little bit of water after you're on the toilet all day. Racism and the rules that apply to it is Flint, Michigan's water. And how your boy Barack Obama went out there and made a joke about that shit. Somebody, please bring me some water. Bring me a bottle of water. I'll drink that water. That water's not that horrible. Go look it up. Go look up the YouTube footage of Barack Obama making light and fun of the situation in Flint with the water. But here we are sitting up here fighting and arguing. You know, then we got people like, you know, more invested in things that are, there's side things that you should be invested over. That's why I don't get into debates about LeBron and Kobe and is the Lakers going to be good and who they going to get, because I have no vested interest in those teams. When I have a chance to sit down and watch it, I will watch it, but it is strictly entertainment. That's it. You're not making no money off of it. That's a fact. But for some sort of reason, I think we get so hyped and so emotionally invested in things that don't matter, not bringing us no money. That's a fact. But these are things that, you look at, you're like, damn, man. That's why when motherfuckers come talk to you about this Joe Biden shit, be like, man, Joe Biden is the one who organized he was one of the goddamn architects of the crime bill. Why is you talking to me about Joe Biden? If you're melanated and you let another melanated person come talk to you this Joe Biden shit, say, all you need to say is 94 crime bill. They're going to be, what's that? Well, that was in the past, though. We got to vote somebody in because we can't have Trump do it. Man, get the fuck out of here. Why on the local level, you got police officers taking pussy from child prostitutes and shit that they know exist. You got motherfuckers fueling gang wars between melanated brothers and sisters. You got people fighting each other on social media and making it a reality. And it's like, man, come on, man. Look at Kodak Black. He did all that shit talking and fuck that though. And all this other shit. Now that motherfucker like this. Now like this. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I that bullshit. See, it get real. See, all that buck dancing and buggy eyes and cooning and making fun and bringing up, Lauren London's name. She about to be a widow out there, and see, making fun and all this other shit. See, it's all funny. I just want to know when we're going to keep that same energy towards racism and white supremacy, how we do towards each other, because we have such vitriolic views towards each other, like look at each other with so much discontent. It's almost, it's like, damn, man, for real? I remember sometimes I'll purposely try to make contact with a brother or sister, and they will go out of their way to avoid a motherfucker. And I just be like, man, we hate each other so bad. It's stupid. So bad. And then I'll watch that same brother or sister when a white person call back, and they'll look up and, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn, for real? But only here. Only here in the United States of America, and probably everywhere else, we hate each other. Look, man, go get this book. I'll tell you over and over again, go get this motherfucking book by Neely Fuller Jr. It teaches you that you are a victim of white supremacy. You are a prisoner of war. You are a prisoner of war. That's a fact. Hey, what's happening, Tommy? You're a prisoner of war. That's a fact. So why everybody, this is what, it really blows my mind. You see you see some black people every now and then, they moving and shaking, they making money. And then you start looking at them, and then they start not acting funny, but I guess they feel like they give you the pound cake speech, the Bill Cosby bullshit, where they like, man, well, you could do it too. And that's true. You can do it too. But we have to look at why we are locked and boxed out. And if you don't look at why you're locked and boxed out, then you have a problem. And the reason why I always say this is go get Black Labor White Wealth. It'll tell you about how you locked and boxed out of the wealth. Go get the book. Go get Power Knobs. Go get this bullshit. Look, go get the bullshit books that you think are bullshit and go read them for yourself. Don't take Warren's word for it. Go read them motherfuckers. And it'll tell you how you locked and boxed out. And then you can then return, your response can be to that person that has made it. Yeah, you're right. We can make it. And there are models of possibilities. There are, probabilities in life as well. But we are locked and boxed out of this wealth. They've had a 450-year head start over us. So we got to stop looking at each other like, oh, well, if you ain't got no motherfucking Beamer or no Benz, I don't fuck with you. Or if you ain't got the hottest bitch or you ain't got the hottest Jordans, it's like, nigga. But we don't own nothing. No boats, no ships, no land, no resources. We don't own none of that shit. But you fight me though, and a lot of, hey, I hate to say this, and I don't care what nobody say. A lot of it is religion. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. A lot of it's religion. Motherfuckers will not fuck with each other because they Episcopalian or Church of God in Christ or Baptist or AME, all this bullshit. And it's like, me, I don't go around being like, oh, well, you know that shit is not real. You know you paying. I don't do that. I might say it on my podcast, but I don't go into churches and be like, yeah, you see that? That's Cesare Borgia. I don't do that. But I know that's what it is because I know how to put my differences aside of, people's religion and have respect for people to come together for a common good. You know what I mean? I just don't get into the organized religious shit because I feel like a lot of black churches don't do enough for the communities. I feel like they need the communities to be fucked up because that makes them valid in that society. Because you can go to Las Vegas right now on the west side. The west side's fucked up. And the only reason why they redoing it is because of gentrification. It ain't because them black churches are putting their money together to make sure the hood is straight. That's a fact. We'd rather put you know why? Because most people go to church for insurance. That's a fact. Just in case if something happens, I want to get into heaven and all this other shit. As Billy Carson says, heaven is on earth. Heaven is what you make. It's a state of mind. That's a fact. Oh, what you mean? Yeah, man, hell is getting up and working for fucking 50 years to get $1,500 a month. That's what hell is. Hell is working a government job for 30 years to get the same salary you was already making. So you just gotta live on that. Oh, we're not giving you no extra, but we're gonna give you exactly what you make. And then if you can't enjoy it, well, you got benefits, so you can still go to the doctor and shit. But we ain't give you no more money. Oh, you're a nigger? Well, that's 2 strikes against you because, you're a nigger and these rules are not really meant for you. It's really meant for white people. So since you're a nigger, it's already 2 strikes against you. That's a nice person. An arrogant white person be like, you're a fucking nigger. You shouldn't even be. Retirement? Niggers don't retire. Niggers die. That's how they really feel. Get that book. Go get it. I'm telling you. Go get that book. It's by Neely Fuller Jr. And then go get Black Labor, White Wealth. Then if you can, go read Bacon's Rebellion. Bacon's Rebellion is a very good book. This is a little bitty book, a little pamphlet. But it was a good book, though. You know what I'm saying? Talks about when the white race was created. Very, very good book. That motherfucking Nathaniel Bacon wasn't no joke, though. That nigga couldn't stand them Indians. And fuck them niggas and them Indians. Fuck them all. This our land. This would trip me out about reading all these little books and shit. I can't retain everything, but the one thing that I have learned is, how the fuck you just gonna settle on somebody's land and just start auctioning off the land like it's your shit? That's like me just walking to somebody's house and being like, hey man, we doing an auction right now, and you can get this stove for $1,500. You get this microwave for $10. Like, what kind of shit is that? This is the type of shit that the dominant society has gotten away with forever. But I guess, man, that's just the shit that I see, and I just be like, damn, man. That's why when you see people like the police officer that's you trying to take pussy from a child prostitute, and then your wife work in the same division with, so that means your wife might be in cahoots with it too. That's a fact. These just things that I look at. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be watching. You know what I don't like too? Our code of conduct. And here's the reason why I don't like it. You go on these corporate plantations, just go look around. I see a whole lot of Latinos. See, they know how to stick together and work those damn jobs. And Filipinos the same way. See, the Latinos, the Filipinos, all these other ethnic groups or whatever, races, they have patterned themselves after the dominant society. You know what I'm saying? White people. So they know how to get on these jobs and bring each other in and maintain that job. Niggas, we don't do that. I'm sorry, I gotta talk about, we don't. This is what we do. This is what we do. Oh, you gotta talk too fast? What about that book? You better go get the book. It's The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code by Neely Fuller Jr. and Black Labor, White Wealth. What you want me to say it in slow-mo? The compensatory looking ass. I will say this. Melanated people, we don't value even having the corporate plantation job. We don't. We feel like if somebody put us on, we deserve more. And I get that. You do deserve more. You do. That's a fact. That is what history has shown us. We are owed a whole lot more than what we are given. But you got to go work hard to go get that shit. And you got to eat, you got to live, you know, I guess you would have to live your life in such a way where I'm not really happy that I got to go work this corporate plantation job, but I need this to survive. We don't have those survival tactics. You know what we have? Fuck it. I'm a bullshit. I'm a dick around. You know what I'm saying? And then the good paying jobs, we fuck them off. And then the Latinos and the Filipinos and every other group come in and scoop up the jobs that we once had because we don't get along, because we fight at the jobs. We talk shit about each other. We don't value each other. They popcorn and they know, look, niggas are dysfunctional anyway, so they gonna end up getting each other fired. That's a fact. And then you deal with these people, you see them, and it's like, damn, man, for real? It bothers me because I just be like, man, sometimes we don't get it. I'm not saying like, oh, you should value that corporate plantation job like it's the last thing on earth, but sometimes I see a lot of people trick off and fuck off a lot of shit. And the only person you can be mad at is yourself. I fucked off a lot of shit too. I've done a lot of bonehead, dumb, stupid shit. But the thing that I've learned the most is we don't value each other on these corporate plantation jobs because we don't have any intrinsic value in each other, period. We don't see any value in each other. We see more value in man-made religion than we do in each other. We will fight and argue, and that's what I don't like at all. Now, one thing I will give the Nation of Islam, you know, they value their religion, but they will put their religious beliefs to the side to come together with melanated people for the common good of us. That's a fact. When our brother Nipsey was taken away from us, it was the Nation of Islam and brother Tony Muhammad and brother Reza Islam and all them brothers down there that got them streets organized and got that shit together. LAPD had to go to the Nation of Islam to get that shit together. And that's why I like them. And the reason why I say this shit all the time, like I said on the last podcast, me and my mom used to go back and forth about this shit all the time. Because my mom used to always have some negative shit to say about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but I would always come back to her and be like, I don't give a fuck if he had 1,000 kids. He's responsible for Malcolm X and the Honorable Elijah and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's it. Checkmate. Those two people probably will have the greatest, most powerful impact on our society, besides Martin Luther King, besides everybody else. And the reason why I say that is because they were so knowledgeable. See, that's why I like listening to Farrakhan, because he can break down all kinds of different religions. He can break down all kinds of different philosophies. That nigga's a genius. He can break down, I remember he was breaking down Scientology one day, and I was just listening to that shit. I was like, man, he cold. I think the Quran says study from the cradle to the grave, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Because, you know, I try to, like, separate the shit. Like, I love our people and how educated we are, but what I don't like is how we let religious beliefs get in the middle of what we're trying to accomplish. And, you know, not just religious beliefs. Oh, well, that whole, oh, well, I don't like who he's fucking, or, you know, that nigga ain't got no woman, or that bullshit. Man, I don't need to be involved in your personal business for you to say something that's valid and may be important and may have some education for me to listen to. I don't give a fuck about all that. I don't have time for that. Some people you should go do your thing. Check their pedigree. Check and see who they are. Hey, do your thing. But what I'm saying is that doesn't negate the fact that we got to learn how to navigate through these rules and regulations of racism. This shit is real. I don't know why motherfuckers acting like it ain't. Let me tell you why I know it's real. Because I know a lot of melanated brothers and sisters that if they could do things differently, they probably wish they could go back to those corporate plantation jobs and conduct themselves in such a way. Because unless you are an entrepreneur and you gotta go work at a corporate plantation, and the corporate plantation was kind of paying you decent bread and you wasn't tripping, then that was just your dumb ass fault, man. And I think we gotta start holding ourselves more accountable in how we conduct ourselves. And if we are being the guy that we're supposed to be to the younger generation. Because a lot of young people, I've noticed they will trick off these jobs and trick off shit, bullshit, dick around, and feel like, oh, I can get it again, or I go, okay. As E40 teaches, you know, what did he say about opportunities and chances? and they don't come often. And when the opportunity comes and you there to show and prove, you better take it and hold on to it and value it. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got to eat out here. It should be more melanated people working together on the corporate plantation or working together, you know, in the entrepreneurial side of the game to pull people, hey, man, this is how you do this. But we don't want to ask people for advice. We don't even want to go to each other about regular advice. You know why? Because we become judgmental when somebody comes to us. Like, hey, man, what you think about this? We don't know how to stick to the facts. Motherfuckers know about me. I'm not the best with money. I'm not the dumbest with money, but I'm all right. So if you come to me with some bullshit, if a motherfucker asks me about money, right, and ask me, man, how could I do things, you know, if they in a, you know, worse position than I am, because I'm a victim of white supremacy too. That's a fact. And I got to work at the corporate plantation like anybody else. You're like, don't think that I'm balling. But if somebody coming to me and they like, man, I just need to get my shit popping, woo woo. I know how to keep it business and not personal. And a lot of people don't know how to do that because they kind of take it personal. You know what I mean? Because I get it. We have our egos and that's all we have left. But I feel like we don't want to go to people. People will go to everybody else, but go to the person that they know got the keys because of being a team and moving together as a unit. I think we'll be good. It's going to take some time, but I think it will be good. It starts at home with your people, your family, the people that you interact with on a daily basis. I don't interact with probably a whole lot of people, but maybe my close people is my relatives. That's it. I don't have a lot of people around me. I don't have time for people to be taking up my time and bullshit and playing bullshit games. I don't have time for that. And I'm not holding niggas' hands. That's the problem too. Niggas be wanting you to hold their hand for everything. This is what I tell a nigga. If you don't need me to hold your hand when you in there touching that damn pussy with that hand, you don't want me to be, this is what I tell nigga. Oh, you want me to hold your hand? You want me to help you, guide you? No problem. So when you get a bitch, that means I fuck her first then, right? Since I gotta hold your hand and shit. That's what you're telling me, nigga. See, you start telling motherfuckers that, then they look at you like you crazy, but hey, that's how I feel. Niggas want you, like, when you tell motherfucker, hey man, you know this book, woo woo, man. Hey man, look that book up for me. No, nigga, you do it. God damn. It's like we expect everybody to do everything for us, but we don't want to search and do the knowledge. Look, I'll tell anybody, if you come to me quoting Bible scriptures, I don't have shit to say to you. I don't give a fuck how mad you get. I don't care what religion you are. That's why I like the Nation of Islam. Because them niggas can do more than just quoting that fucking Bible. They can quote from the Torah. They can quote from the Talmud. They can tell you a lot about this Jewish community. They can tell you a lot about the system of white supremacy. They can tell you about books that maybe you should read. That's what I like about the Nation of Islam. I remember I listened to Farrakhan. He was talking about some books and then in the secret relationship between Jews and blacks. On the back of the book, it got so many books recommended by the nation. Islamic faith doesn't have its faults, or because no religion is perfect. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is this. Them niggas, when you want to battle a Nation of Islam, brother, FOI, brother, intellectually, they gonna quote book after book. They ain't just gonna quote the goddamn Bible. And that's what I respect about them. They really overlook and ignore the person that has the answer. Hey, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's a fact. This is one thing I want to get on too before I get up out of here. We need to stop hanging out with family members or being up under people because we think we're going to get something. We got to stop doing that. There has to be some value in ourselves and some pride in ourselves where we like, I'm just going to do what I need to do. And whether they give me something or not is entirely up to them. But if I got to jump through hoops and do all this like I am at the corporate plantation and you're my relative, then you don't value me anyway. Because you want me to be something that you want me to be, not something that I could naturally progress into being. That's a fact. So you're putting you're putting a concept of what you want me to be, and you're making me formulate into your belief system. Because a lot of family members do it. They know they got the wealth, they know they got the shit, so they want you to jump through the hoops and do this and do that, and don't act this way and don't do this and all this other shit. And then you can do all that shit, and then you could be in the hospital damn near on your deathbed before them. And then now you done all that ass kissing and all that bullshit and boot licking and all this other shit for nothing. Or you can do all that bullshitting and then they can turn around and tell you fuck you and give all they fucking generational wealth to another motherfucker. And then you really be mad. So why waste your time doing it? Go build your own generational wealth and stop waiting around for it. Because a lot of us in our 20s, 30s, and 40s are upset with our decision making, including myself. So we feel like we have a need to want to go run up under somebody. Not me though. I don't have the time. I'm too busy slaving away as it is. So I don't really have the time to be up under somebody and feeling like I got to do that shit, because to me, the Jews don't do that. I've been around Jews. They don't operate that way. A Jewish kid can tell his parent, Dad, Mom, why don't you go fuck your fucking business? Because they have been taught that since an early age. You invest in your people. You know what I mean? They have been taught that. But melanated people, oh no. We like the Egyptians. From the cradle to the grave, we taking that riches, ain't we? If we can, we will put the money in the goddamn casket with us. Bury me with all my money. And I want you to leave a note to all my family. Fuck all y'all niggas. You're not getting shit. And then all your family gonna do is dig up that motherfucking grave and take all that motherfucking money. That's a fact. So I don't even know why you doing that. You better gift it to the Goodwill or some shit. And then they'll go down to the Goodwill and be like, hell nah. And they'll get an attorney and some more shit and sue the Goodwill to get that damn money. I just feel like a lot of us, each one doesn't want to teach one. What we want to do is kind of hold on to what we know, don't really share it. And then another thing too is when you do teach somebody, they don't want to listen anyway. That's why this is the only teacher you're going to get out of me. Listen to this podcast. I don't have people at my house. I don't discuss none of it. Only people I deal with is my motherfucking relatives. So if you ain't my relative, basically my peoples, I'm probably pretty much ain't gonna really fuck with you like that. Because I don't have time to be wasting my time on people pretending like they listening to you and then calling you because they want to dump their bad energy on you. I know y'all deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. Oh, I got nothing but love for you, Tommy. Hey, if anybody know Tommy, should know, along with the rest of my cousins and shit, all that church shit. No diss, but goddamn, man. See, church, to me, that's why I look at religion totally different, because church is supposed to not just bring families together. They're supposed to break things down in simplistic form and know how to separate the religion and the state and know how to give you the tools that you need, not to just, navigate through life, but also to help you through the system of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to help you with that shit. But black churches ain't help you with that shit. Black churches want that damn 10%. They want them tithes and shit. And they want that offering and all them thousands of goddamn offerings that they run and all these building funds. I'm not saying every church is like this. But it's like, goddamn, you see these mega churches that got 20 and 30,000 goddamn members and shit. And it's like, okay. So you mean 20 and 30,000 people? You got all these people going to your church or whatever, but the hood is still raggedy. That's the shit that tripped me out. That's why I be like, man, that's some sucker shit, man. Fuck all that. That's why I immediately, that's one of the main things that I love about Nuke. Shout out to Nuke again. You know what I'm saying? She is not one of those Bible thumpers that try to push it on you and all that. More people need to be like Nuke when it comes to that religious shit. That's her religion, that's her belief system. And when we do get the knowledge, stop trying to beat and browbeat somebody down about their religion just because you done came into some real knowledge. No, but every church is like that though. Hey, that's a fact. For the most part, that's how I feel about it. That's why Warren don't get into no religious debates with people. You know what I do? When people get to talking that shit, I tell them go read The Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. Go read Sex, Religion, and Stars. Go read that book. I tell them go read that. I don't even want to argue. Go read The Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. He'll break the shit down for you. I don't have time to be sitting up here arguing with somebody about some shit that ain't even really that important to me. Especially when a nigga be like, I be thinking a nigga gonna show me some books or something. Nigga be like, yeah, because in Genesis chapter 3, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to hear that shit. Some shit that the dominant society wrote and put in a book so all y'all niggas, suck ass niggas, be thinking like, oh man, Jesus really did say that. How you know? It's in red. Man, get the fuck out of here. But then these same niggas will be like, yeah, but you know the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he had a whole bunch of kids and shit. And I be like, that's why me and my mom used to always debate that shit. And I would not back down. And I'm not that knowledgeable about the Nation of Islam. I'm not that knowledgeable about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad at all. But I'll tell you this though, if that man is responsible for Malcolm X, if that man is responsible for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I'm sold. That's a fact. I'm sold. I'm good. See, I go with a cosign. So if Farrakhan, as knowledgeable as he is like all due respect, you know, to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's the one who teaches us this. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us this. Woo, breaking down all this shit. Breaking it down in simplistic form. So if Farrakhan is saying that, okay, then I gotta respect the nigga that he got it from. It's like having respect for Timberland, but we will fight and argue. Man, look, I've been in situations where nigga done argue me down about the Nation of Islam and Farrakhan and all them, right? But then you go to their church and they want to shout and sing and dance and all this other shit, but they collecting 1,000 orphans. They not teaching shit, but what's out of that Bible, and that's all they teaching. They not speaking on no racism, white supremacy shit. They're not arming the youth, that the millennials and the youth that are in these black churches, how to navigate through racism and white supremacy, what books to read so they can understand what they're going to be dealing with when they get older on the jobs and corporate plantations. Nope. They just tell you to pray. And then they're telling you to pray to somebody that they don't even know is Cesare Borgia. That's my issue that I have with religion, especially churches. That's why I don't even want to talk about. I'm telling you, I've been around niggas that try to make a nigga feel bad because he ain't religious like them. And by the way, what you see me drinking is a sea moss blueberry shake with almond milk. Sea moss is courtesy of blackandnoble.com. Again, blackandnoble.com. Go check them out. Shout out to Shawnee, straight out of Philly and shit. That's the homie right there. She put me on to them. Hey, sea moss is bomb. I always use that. That'll get your stomach right. That'll get everything right. That's a fact. But I just want to get on that, man, because it's so much shit that's going on, and we be focused on other shit. That's why they're trying to flood you with Mayor Giuliani and Donald Trump and Biden and all this bullshit. And then when you go look for the real shit on the news, they ain't even talking about the real shit. Then you got motherfuckers like that one cop. He wasn't even a cop. He was a fucking flashlight cop harassing these niggas, talking about I need to see your license and all that. But they was smart. They got all that shit on video, and that's why his clown ass is fired. I remember a security guard trying to do that shit to me. And I was taking my nephew driving and shit. And I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. You a rental cop. I wouldn't give a fuck if you was on the property or not. But that's how these motherfuckers are, man. They are vigilantes with flashlights. That's what the fuck they are. They are George Zimmermans. And since George Zimmerman got away with that shit, why you think all these other security guards, they act like they are part of the police department and shit? They had a white motherfucker out here walking up and down the street with an AK-47, talking about I'm policing the neighborhood. Then they come to find out this motherfucker was part of the neo-Nazi regime and shit. Then they threw him under the bus when they found that shit out. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. This is the shit that we don't look at. No, because we too busy watching everything else. Just like Prince Andrew. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth was like, ooh, we gotta cut ties. Yeah, because that nigga was linked in with Jeffrey Epstein. Why ain't nobody talking about that shit? That should be the biggest news. That should be reoccurring. No, you know what they got planned on the news? This old ass white bitch that set up her husband 30 years ago. Now she about to get out of jail. Now they trying to drum up some drama with this bitch. Don't nobody give a fuck about this old ass white woman. But let's talk about Prince Andrew and the royal family and how this nigga was along with Jeffrey Epstein. See, Jeffrey Epstein was sending all the young ass bitches to all these motherfuckers. Boys too, probably. He was probably sending the boys to the Catholic priest. Exactly. That's why motherfuckers be like, oh, bless me in the Father, the Son. And man, get the fuck out of here. And you know what my question be to them? If they want to go there. So when you talk about the father, you're not talking about the priest that's been booty busting them boys, are you? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Or what about the Vatican had all them bones and shit under their damn property in their basement? They just killing motherfuckers and throwing them in the basement and shit. But this is shit that we don't talk about. Shit, racist like a motherfucker. As the Catholic Church as the Roman Catholics were a part of the slave trade and all the other perks and benefits that came along with it. That's why they if you read Black Labor, White Wealth, they made their apology to the black community. Fuck your apology. We want the cash money. We don't want no damn apology. What the fuck is that? Did the Jews get an apology? No, the Jews get reparations. Thanks, Bernie Sanders, as he denied reparations for melanated people, but voted for reparations for his people. But he likes to hide behind Killer Mike and any other black political movement person or anybody with any type of political status. He want to hide behind them. That's why his old ass, I just be looking like, yo, you very cognizant of what's going on. So what do you think about reparations and black people and getting a check? Oh, no. They should cut a check. Then you got coon ass motherfucking bitches like, you got mammies like Kamala Harris talking about, I shouldn't just do shit for black people. No. On the Breakfast Club. I watched that shit. I watched it a couple of times just to kind of see where she's coming from. Boy, was she pandering and hoping that they probably did a briefing before she sat down, because Charlamagne the God could really be getting in her ass, just like Hillary Clinton. They let that bitch come on there and break out hot sauce and pander to the black community. Man, get the fuck out of here, as they take everything we do and weaponize it against us. That's a fact. Chicken. If I hear one more motherfucking thing about some goddamn Popeye's chicken with that bitch with that crop top wig on her head, talking about, hey, sugars, shimmying and shit, and selling people steroid ass chicken, man. Come on, man. We gotta do better than that. We know better, and we gotta do better. But hey, man, it's been fun. It's been real. I got plenty of shit I gotta do. Look, I'm trying to put the charger in for the motherfucking laptop died. I'll be talking, be like, pew. Then the motherfucker be talking shit, talking about, oh man, this nigga talking shit, and he can't even afford to keep his power on. That's another thing too, man, before I get off. For all you motherfuckers out there, let me tell you something. This shit is real. Utilities is real. Rent is real. All these things is real. So to have these great expectations and ideological concepts that you want to place on people and individuals to make them who you think they're supposed to be, that's all fiction. That's not real. That's the Matrix. Bend it to your will. Now don't let it bend you to its will. So while we sitting out here looking at all this other shit, go look up these police officers that's racketeering and selling guns and buying pussy off the internet from underage motherfucking prostitutes and shit. Go look at that shit. See, they don't put that shit on blast, but they put everything else on blast. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing. I'm pretty sure it's probably a nigga at his bitch's house laid up right now talking about, yeah, baby, I love you. But I'll tell you this. You don't love her and she don't love you. This is the No I Don't Know TV series. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hit the bell, like, whatever. I don't never say that shit because I don't give a fuck. Hey, man. Love, live life. I'm out. Peace.